Hey everybody, Tracy Monty Smith with SE Coaching. So glad to see you all here for another session in our video series. And I wanted to take a little bit of time before we get into this to give a shout out to my sponsor for today's video, Greg Bobby with Total Symmetry Coaching and Training, personal trainer. I have started working with Greg and I'm doing it remotely or virtually, I guess is a better word to say it, from my home, because with my crazy schedule, it's really hard for me to find the time to drive all the way into town to meet with a personal trainer, go to the gym, work out with the trainer, and drive all the way back home. It ends up turning a 45-minute to an hour kind of thing into at least a couple of hours. And quite frankly, it's really hard for me to find that particular amount of time in my calendar with the way things are going right now. So I reached out to Greg, and some of you may remember that there is a video interview with him that you can find on our YouTube channel if you're interested in learning more about what exactly it is he does. But he set me up with this amazing program that I work out at home with. I do the workout 4 days a week, and I do extra cardio training on top of that. And it has been a fantastic experience. He is one of those people that just is so truly passionate about what he does, and he reaches out to me and he checks in with me at least twice a week to see if I have any questions and to see how I'm progressing and where everything is. So if you are like me, if your schedule's crazy and you don't have enough time to drive into a gym to work with a personal trainer, or if there's some reason why you just don't want to be in a gym environment with a personal trainer, I highly recommend that you reach out to Greg Bobby with Total Symmetry Training. And I'll give the information below this video how you can get a hold of him. Check into our YouTube channel, find that interview with him. All the information is also there on how to contact him. So big shout out, Greg Bobby with Total Symmetry Training. Aces, enjoying it. But what I really wanted to talk about today was being aware of the words that we are choosing to communicate in our lives. And one thing in raising children that I really impressed on them is that it's not just the words that you choose, but also how you are saying them conveys so much, because so much of our communication is actually nonverbal. But the other day, I was really struggling with some monkey mind shoulder devils that we've talked about in the past that I am constantly plagued with, that like to sit on my shoulder and tell me all the things that I'm doing wrong in my life and how I'm not good enough and how blah blah, right? And I was having a really hard time with them, and I realized that not only do we need to be aware of the choice and how we choose our words in speaking to other people, but we really need to be aware of our choice of words when we're speaking to ourselves. And that's huge. And it's really important that we are choosing our words correctly and choosing our words that really are stretching our boundaries a little bit. So for example, when someone asks you how you're doing, or when you ask someone else, how are you doing? What's the standard answer that we get? For me, my standard answer that I get a lot is fine, good. Things couldn't be better. The sun's shining. They're all wonderful answers, but if you challenge yourself to step out of that and just try it on for size and see what this does with your emotions and with your feelings around the words that you're choosing. So the next time someone asks you, hey, how are you? What does the word amazing feel like? Or fantastic? Or I am just over the moon, or I'm ecstatic today, or being honest with feelings and saying, I'm not really feeling it today, okay? So be prepared to try on some of these different emotions and see how they feel different. For example, happy versus joyous or excited, right? I mean, that has a totally different connotation about how it even feels, how even the word even feels coming out of your mouth. And I've become really fascinated with words lately and the images that they conjure up for me. One of my words that is angst. Angst fascinates me because it just feels prickly, and I get a visual image of the word angst floating through the air that is all pointed and jaggedy, and you know that's how it feels, and that's how it feels in my body and how it feels coming out of my mouth. So angst is a word that is very visual for me. So try some of those words on and just see if there's some that really resonate with you. But some words, I've made a list actually, and I want to talk about some words that maybe you can start incorporating into your vocabulary and see how they feel for you. I thought I made a list. I made a list. Awesome versus fantastic. Ecstatic versus joyous. What's the difference between angry versus furious? And you know, they just, each word feels different. It feels different deep inside of my body. And so I just want to invite you to be aware of the choice of words that you're using to describe your emotions. Oh, here's my list. Awesome, content, thrilled, relaxed. I'm feeling joyous or joyful, hopeful, inspired, adoring, grateful, blissful, committed. All these words, they portray so much more than just the word happy. And when you hear those words, or when you read those words on the blog, because these will be out in tomorrow's blog, just notice how those words change it, how you feel deep inside. Like, for example, when I read the word thrilled, I get this energy just bubbling up into me that's just ecstatic, and I just want to cap it off with multiple exclamation points all over the world, because I'm thrilled. Whereas blissful is a totally different word. It makes me feel kind of warm and fuzzy inside, and it just brings a gentle smile to my face. It just has a totally different feeling. But either one of those words tells so much more, and it sets my emotional mood so much different than fine or I'm doing okay. So just something to consider. So I'd like to invite you to run through a little exercise, and that is to sit back and ask yourself, what are the 3 emotions that you find yourself experiencing or feeling the majority of the time? So write them down. You know, for a lot of us, this first time that we're doing it, we may not be digging really deep into our vocabulary, and that's okay, because this is about finding the awareness around the words. So maybe your 3 words are happy, angry, sad. Okay, those are the 3 emotions, or the 3 words that describe the emotions that you're feeling on a regular basis, or that come top of mind. So then I invite you to turn the tables a little bit on your emotions and write down 3 emotions that you really, really want to feel. So for example, maybe it is thrilled, or hopeful, or blissful, or adoring, or loving. So experiment with that and just see how those words change who you are and how you approach your life, and then become aware of the words that you are using with yourself, the words you are allowing your monkey mind shoulder devils to say to you. Just something to try out. Try it on for size. See how it feels for you. See how it fits in your life. I'd be very grateful to hear from you and to let me know how this is changing things up for you and your outlook in life, because it truly is how we see ourselves and how we talk to ourselves. And so many times we talk to ourselves in a way that we would never even dream of talking to someone else about. So it's time for us to show ourselves a little bit of that self-love, a little bit of that self-awareness. Let's start talking nicer to ourselves. As always, I love it when you guys reach out to me. I love it when you leave comments. I love it when you send me emails and say, hey, I saw your video. I love it when you have questions around my videos. I love it when you challenge my videos also. So feel free, as always, to reach out to me. You can reach me, comment below. Please share the video. You can also reach me directly at my email at Tracy, TRACY, at secoaching.net. Until I talk to you guys again, have a fantastic week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.